So here we go for race number 2. Lights coming on the screen. Tijn van der Velde. His grid slot is empty as he is not in the race. So that means a clear run into turn 1 for Alaric van der Bos, as he already covers the inside line going into that first corner. As everyone very tidy and cautious first in the first corner or two. Look at the side-by-side for the 3rd spot and the 5th spot in the background. Salvasi with Stout and Olsen with Jack James. So Alaric van der Bos maintains the lead from Darren Machabunga, Jakub Olsen in the 3rd spot. Jack James 4th, Karel Stout 5th. Luis Nunez to the inside here for the chicane. On to Jarno Kausch, as there's a bit of contact between Levine and Kausch, I'm pretty sure. Levine had to check out for Salvasi and Kausch was not expecting it. And yeah, no front wing for Matthew Levine, so race 2 already in shambles for him. As Patrick Salvasi to the inside as well. Does he have any damage or just a bad run off the corner? Hard to tell, as Jack James looking to the inside of turn 1 now as well on Jakub Olsen. Very close indeed, as Alaric van der Bos under pressure from Darren Machabunga. Side by side, Darren on the inside for turn 3. Takes the lead of the second race. Alaric van der Bos looking to cross over. And look at the side-by-side running this reverse grid is causing. As now Jakub Olsen challenging Alaric van der Bos for the second spot. Stout to the outside of Jack James. And Jakub Olsen up to second. Stout not able to complete the pass just yet, but gets a pretty decent run out of that chicane. As Liam O'Sullivan again with damage to the front wing. He is up into P12 though. So it's an improvement from race 1, but look at this gaggle of cars. That's unbelievably close. As Jack James up to 3rd now, Alaric van der Bos down to 4th. Stout to the inside. Gonna challenge van der Bos, as van der Bos outbrakes himself, allows Stout through. And here is Luis Nunez, already up to P6, getting by Ladiba Emo earlier in the lap. As Nunez on the button. Pulls clear of van der Bos, immediately covers the inside just in case. Oh, Stout sending it on the Kausch sending it on the outside on Odibe Emel. Side by side. There's the battle we want to follow. Offline for Emel. Gonna lose the spot to Kausch. And at the end of the second lap, it is van der Bos from 1st to 6th. And Luis Nunez up from pretty much 8th to 5th at the end of that second lap. On the push to pass, as well as Jack James, but Stout late on the brakes for the hairpin, sending it in deep and fast, but it's going to cost him on the exit as Jack James is still there, but Stout clearly ahead, and Jack James remembers that the Schumacher race is not really a corner you need to go side by side through, and he recognizes it and gives up the spot forcibly. James defending the inside and not allowing Nunez through whatsoever, and there is the run down the front straight Stout needed. And we might see 2 overtakes into turn 1. Also going defensive to the inside for turn 1. Stout to the outside. Nunez diving it up the inside of Jack James. Side by side. And Jack James holds on for now. Going to park the car on the apex. Beautifully done there to defend that position. Stout again to the inside of turn 3. Going to become the outside for this corner here though. But it's going to become the inside once again for the next one. And if he can hold it there, which he can, this might be his. Sends it in, and Stout clears Jakub Olsen for that podium, second podium spot. As Luis Nunez now doing the crossover, switches to the inside. Oh, he's going to send it. He's going to make it. Wow, what a move by Luis Nunez. But the crossover by Jack James for the final corner. And my voice is going already. What an amazing move by Luis Nunez. But he's not able to pull it off completely because Jack James sends it back on him on corner exit. Wow, what a battlefield position, as Jarno Kausch is now an interested party as well. And Jack James defending for his life, but Luis Nunez now has the inside. And now that position is going to be his. But that was an amazing set of action going into the chicane. I was not expecting him to slow down and make the corner, but he did. So yeah, there it is. Nunez on the outside, crosses over to the inside. Slows it down for the corner, but overshoots it just barely. Doesn't make the second part of the chicane, and Jack James kicking out the rear end and gets back to the inside. As Karel Stout to the outside of the chicane. Darren leaving a lot of space, very respectful racing there, as Stout now takes the lead of the race. Oh! Yeah, no, that's a bit of moving on the braking there by Jakub Olsen. Unintentionally, but it did put off Luis Nunez, and that might have damaged his front wing as well. As Jakub Olsen, as we saw, got a big run on Machavunga, trying to have a look, but then crosses back over into Luis, and I think it netcode damaged his wing. I'm not sure if that damage is permanent, but Luis Nunez down to 7th place right now, and I doubt with 4 laps to go he can even crack the top 5 again. Jack James with a big run on Jakob Olsen, finding a bit of pace back from his tires that he lost earlier in the stint. As James still on the inside, gonna go late on the brakes and send it in there. Oh, gonna go a bit deep as well. Both cars go off the track. And Jarno Kuijs around the outside of Jack James takes advantage and up to the top 5 as Nodibe Emmel. We saw him lose a few spots earlier in the race, but he is back up to 6th. Looking to the outside of Jack James now. Gonna try to look for the exit speed here off the corner, not able to do it. And Jakob Olsen, Luis Nunez gets that spot on Nodibe Emmel. 3 wide down the straight into turn 1, also a battle for the 2nd position. There's Luis Nunez to the inside of Emmel, gaining that top 5 spot. And here is Jarno Kuijs, side by side with Jakob Olsen. And Olsen goes off the track and loses the rear end a little bit, which allows Jarno Kuijs to take over that final podium spot. Jack James really falling through the field right now. Ooh, bit of wheel spin there by Jack James, holds on to the spot for now, but that was almost disaster. If you remember Zandvoort in Season 1, and we've seen it time and time again, turn 1 on the inside is not necessarily a guaranteed gain of position. But for turn 3, it just might be. Trying to send it in is Luis Nunez, but Jarno Kuijs has been on this planet for longer than today, and he knows that Luis Nunez is going to try to play every single trick in the book. To the outside, Luis goes. And, Luis Nunez dressed his car through, but holds on. Offline, all on the marbles, and wow, what a save that was by Luis. Jack James again involved in a battle with Jakob Olsen, now gaining that spot up to P5 again. So like I mentioned, Jack James lost a bit of that edge earlier in the stint and now seems to have regained it, at least for now, as Olsen sends it back to the outside. Oh, contact between Nodibe Emmel and Jakob Olsen. That's going to ruin both of those guys' races, and that's going to hand the position to Jack James. Both of those guys had amazing races going as the white flag is out. And again, it is not over until it's over, just like the first race. Karel Stout takes the white flag for one final lap to go. And Darren Machavunga is right with him still. So this battle for the win is not over yet by any means. And in all of that chaos, Luis Nunez is back on the podium. Jarno Kuijs and Jack James still running in the top 5. Alaric van der Bos, the old fox, up to 6th position now, getting by Nodibe Emmel. There he is, Alaric van der Bos, gaining that spot. Just one more corner to go out of the chicane into the final corner. Karel Stout has, I would say, defied the odds, and he's gonna come home and win the second leg of the Nürburgring doubleheader. Karel Stout is your winner in front of Darren Machavunga. An amazing race by him and Luis Nunez. After contact with Jakob Olsen, coming out of the Schumacher-S, comes back home in the 3rd spot. Karel Stout, Darren Machavunga and Luis Nunez the podium. Jarno Kuijs, Alaric van der Bos the top 5. Matthew Levine P6. Patrick Silvassi P7. Pim van Gastel P8. Then we have Jack James and Alexander Rogenbach in P9 and P10. And then the final page of results is Kyle Gretsch and Nodibe Emmel rounding off the top 12. Liam O'Sullivan, Oliver Cottam and Jakob Olsen the top 15. And Ruben Pagado and Tijn van der Velde, the final 2 cars and the final 3 cars, Olsen, Pagado and the final Velde, all out.